Welcome to the video. We are down NMG Fisheries, Barron's Pond down in Hampshire, Liss. We've got about 12 hours. You join me on my new series, Against the Time, and this is where I do quick overnighters, work nights, or on a Friday night after work. We have to be off by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's currently 8 p.m. We'll probably get the rods out about 9, so we'll have 12 to 13 hours fishing. All the night pegs are available. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around, locate the fish, try and find what they're up to, and hopefully get some rods on them and bag some fish. We're going to go for as many as we can and try and get some of the old scaly ones out. Anyone new into fishing, locating the fish is important. If you're not fishing on them, you're simply not going to catch them. So your best bet is to find them, fish over them, and your chances are more likely than not. So let's go have a look around, find some fish, and set up.
La 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 la, so high, so high, so high. La 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 la, so high, so high, so high. All angels sing from above. You know you make my world light up.
So I've just walked around and I found on the back bank carp in numbers, around probably 50 odd carp in one spot. So I've whacked a kilo of boilies out. Don't be afraid to put bait out. After spawning, they're always up for a feed, and bait is actually the key. When you've got a couple of hundred fish in a couple of acres, they're going to get through it, so don't be afraid to bait up. So as I said, I've put the bait out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up, I'm going to let them get on that bait, have a little feed up, and then get the rods out a little later once I've got them confidently on that spot, and just try and get the rods in first cast, nice and quietly, hopefully not to spook too many, and hopefully we can start bagging up off of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the bivvy up, everything set up, and then we'll sort the rods out. Let's do this.
To something, fuck that you're up to something scandalous. Taste my bitter heart, no, it makes you blush. Something is right, this happiness and the attention. You don't listen, you've been giving, you've been spending all your time on the line. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. You're like Novocaine.
So all set up now. I've seen a few fish show on the spots, which is a good sign, and fizzing. I've just joined the Kaya Baits team and we've been sent out loads of samples of all the different boilies. So as you can see here, all the different flavors. So this is what we're going to be using this session, giving them a go as hook baits. Started with garlic mixed spices and mixed nuts to start off with. They're in 20mm, I believe, and they're literally just going straight out onto an IQD rig. I'm going to run you through the setup now. So what we've got here is a length of rig tubing, straight into a basic lead clip setup, 3-ounce pear lead into an IQD rig with a sinker halfway down, so it settles on the lake bed a little bit better, with our 20mm mixed spices boilie there. That is just a size 4 hook, hand sharpened, and we're fishing that nice and loose. And the point behind that is, as soon as a fish picks up the rig, that lead follows away, so there's no chance of the fish using the weight of the lead to eject the rig and unfortunately lose a fish. That's a lot more better than fishing it tight. Any of you that don't do it, give it a go, see how it goes, and you'll find that your catch rates probably will go up, as mine have literally doubled. So let's get some rods out. They're clipped up at 9.5 wraps to the far bank, nice and tight. We've got that bait out there, they're feeding on it clearly, so hopefully it won't be long until we can bag a fish. So what we've done is obviously got the rods out. They're fishing about 15 foot apart over that spreader bait, nice spreader bait, hopefully to get them coming in and picking the baits off one by one rather than fishing it tightly and then hopefully accidentally slipping up obviously on that hook bait. They come across that hook bait on its own amongst all the scattered baits around and hopefully, as I said, pick that one up. It's like carp soup out here. There's carp everywhere. They're bubbling, fizzing, washing, the lot. So I don't think it should take too long before our first fish. I'm going to try and get some footage on the camera of how active it is. It's mental. I've not seen it like this down here before, so hopefully it won't be long until we get our first fish on the bank. So there's not too much to report as of yet. I've had a couple of liners. There's fish definitely feeding down there with the activity I've seen. So what I'm doing is I'm feeding little and often, every half an hour or so, a handful of baits, plopped over with the catapult, keeping them interested. If you've got fish on the spot, you want to keep them there. So just feeding them a little bit of bait every so often, just little amounts, nothing too major. It's going to keep them on the spot, feeding nice and happily. And it's giving them a reason to stay there. If there's bait there, they're going to stay, they're going to feed on it. So that's all I'm doing. That's the plan of attack for now. Just before dark, I'm going to have a little refresh, fresh baits, and hopefully we can bag a fish soon. So here we are, first fish of the session. Nothing too big here, about £10. It's a lovely cracking mirror though. Absolute scream. Our rod screamed off, put up a fight. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that rod straight back out on that spot, a bit more bait over the top, and hopefully we can nab some more fish. Here we go, fish number 2, cracking mirror, about the same size as the other one. Nothing too big, but look at that, tiny little fins. That's what it's all about. Let's press repeat, get the rod out, bit more bait again. Hopefully we'll bag a few more. There we go, so we've had 2 fish in quick succession. That was about 10 minutes apart, them ones. So keeping your eye on the water, baiting little and often, keeping those fish happy on that spot always does the trick. And all we're going to do now is press repeat, keep up with what we're doing, and hopefully the action continues. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk around, put some more bait in, and then come back around, fresh baits on the rods, straight back out, and hopefully we can bag ourselves a big one. Here we go, another one there, slightly bigger, still not the size we're after, but cracking fish, little half linear there. Buzzing, third fish of the session. Hopefully we can bag up some more. Fourth fish of the session, £20 on the nose. That's what we're after. Absolutely cracking fish, this one. Buzzing, absolute rip me to bits. Held under that rod tip for a long time. Fish number 5, probably around that £15 mark there. Cracking fish again, lovely mirror. It's around 2 in the morning now, so we've still got a bit of time to go. Get them rods back out, both are in. It sort of picked up the other line on the way in, so let's have a look at the other side of her, get her back, get some rods back out. So it's 6 o'clock in the morning now. We had 3 fish last night. We're on number 5. It got very, very cold, a lot colder than I thought it was going to get. It definitely switched the fishing off a little bit. It's starting to warm up now, vapour's coming off the lake. Sat here looking for the fish, kettle on for a cup of tea, loving it out here. I've got both rods in at the minute. I'm literally just waiting for the kettle to finish boiling. While I wait for that tea to brew, I'm going to walk around, chuck some bait in, give them a bit more bait because I'm sure they've got through that overnight. I've had a couple of roach as well, unfortunately, but we go from there, and hopefully in the last few hours we can bag a few more carp.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Here we go. As you saw in the clip, we went around to bait up, and no more than 10 minutes later, we've had a double take. So it just goes to show, feeding them, keeping the bait on the spot, definitely gets you a few more carp on the bank. Here's the second one, very similar to these two. Cracking fish though, made up with these. So let's get these ones back. Hopefully find one of the bigger ones. Let's do this. Go. Saw some fish fizzing under a tree. I thought I'd whack a rod out there. £21 this one. Lovely. Crapping out everywhere. It's been having a good old feed. Nailed on that IQD rig. 18mm bottom bait. Happy days. We've got what we wanted. Let's get our rod back out. Hopefully we can bag a few more big ones like this one. Here's the other side of her. So unfortunately we're going to have to cut the video slightly early. We're running out of power, rookie error. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, so we're packed down just to the rods. I'm going to reel those in a sec and call it there. What a session that was though. We ended up on 8 fish. We started off with a smaller stock, which I didn't think we was going to get away from, but we ended up bagging 2 20s and a lovely 21-pound scaly mirror. So on the next session you're going to join me down Farlow's, 48 hours, that's Friday coming. So I'll see you guys then.